Okay, for the next part of today's lesson, you're going to look at significant digits and scientific notation. So I'll go through the significant digits review with you. There is a link to that site I'm going to use on the course page, so I'll follow that one. And then you hit this link. Okay, significant digits. And remember, folks, this is a review of what you've already done in science. It's covered in grade 8 up to science 1206, but if you do forget it, don't feel bad. So the number of significant digits in an answer to a calculation will depend on the number of significant digits in the data given, as discussed in the rules below. Approximate calculations, estimates, are always result in answers with only one or two significant digits. So, what's this whole thing with significant digits? They're always non-zero digits. They're always significant. So 22, if you look at that number, has two significant digits. And if you had the digit 22.3, well, that's got three significant digits. Now, with zeros, the situation is more complicated. So follow these four rules, and remember, folks, you can always go back and look at it in case you forget. Zeros placed before other digits are not significant. So if you were weighing something, or this was a time, 0.046, the two zeros in front here are not significant. They're not important. The only two significant digits are 4 and 6. So it's got two significant digits. Zeros placed between other digits are always significant. So if you were weighing a mass, and mass of a car was 4,009 kilograms, well, of course the two zeros are important. You ignore the two zeros and you say, well, the car is 49 kilograms. No, these zeros are important to your answer. So this answer, or this number, has four significant digits. So, if the zeros are in front, forget about them. If they're in the middle, you need them. So count them. Zeros placed after other digits but behind the decimal point are significant. So, if you look at this zero here, it's after the decimal point and it's behind other digits. So this one has 3. So if you could run down the hallway in 7.90 seconds. Think of a race at the Olympics. Someone may run 7.90, someone may run 7.91. Well, the digit after is going to be important. Zeros at the end of a number are significant only if they are behind the decimal point. So that's what we just said here up in C, right there. Otherwise, it is impossible to tell if they are significant. For example, in the number 8200, it's not clear if the zeros are significant or not, because you don't see a decimal point. The number of significant digits is at least 2, but could be 3 or 4. Now, to avoid uncertainty, we'll use scientific notation. So instead of you having to guess, what you do, if this came back to your answer, or it was part of a question, use scientific notation. If the answer was written or given to you, if I gave it to you in the question as 8.200, then it's got 4 significant digits. And remember now, this 10 to the 3 because the digit will get moved to the right, to the left, 1, 2, 3 places. 8.20 has 3 significant digits because you're looking at the decimal, the zeros after the decimal. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. If it's 1, 2, 3 digits, 3 significant digits. If it's just 8.2, 2 significant digits. And that will get you through the majority of what you need to do in the course. Okay? The only differences that come up now is when you start using these in calculations. And for that, you're going to need to go through some practice. And there are 2 worksheets that you will be provided with to go through that. Significant digits in addition and subtraction. If we had these series of numbers here being added, what you need to remember is that the number of decimal places in the answer should be the same as the least number of decimal places in any of the numbers being used. Okay, that's a mouthful. So what you do, you look at all your numbers, and this is only when you're adding or subtracting. 5.67. There's 2 decimal places. Here, there's 1 decimal place. and here there are 4 decimal places. Now, which number has the least amount of decimal places? This one here. So when you add everything up and you do your rounding, you should only have 1 decimal place in your answer. This is when you're adding or subtracting. So it only goes with the lowest number of decimal places in any of the numbers you use to do your calculations. And now here, so we'll leave it at that. I will go through some other questions with you and we'll take care of it. It is an important part of the course, but there isn't a section for it in the course. So we'll do a quick review of it and you'll do some questions. The sheets that you complete I want handed in, so I'll review them and they'll be included as part of a portfolio mark. And as always, I'll review any questions that you have when I return to class. Have a good day.